None of us saw the Game Awards because we're not true gamers, apparently. You saw the whole 3-hour thing?
I saw most of it.
Oh, so you're fake.
And
So you're fake.
Yeah,
So
just because you watch something doesn't mean you care about it.
you dedicated almost 3 hours to it and you don't care about it?
Well, no, because I didn't watch it specifically. I had it in the background.
Remember when you brought up Vampire Diaries on like one of these unforbidden episodes that we didn't actually upload?
Didn't we just talk about it? Oh, no, we didn't because we were...
No, we didn't. Because we had no actual guidance, and you started talking about how you want to watch Vampire Diaries because you're just quirky like that. That's kind of crazy. Are you still watching Vampire Diaries? Oh, so you actually didn't give a fuck about it. You just didn't.
No, because like the acting is just so bad early on. It's so
No, it's true.
Like too bad. Like bad to the bones or what?
No, that, like bad. Like I threw up. Goodbye.
In your mouth. Okay.
It is pretty bad.
Anyways, welcome back to the Med Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Edward. I'm here joined by David and Macy, and today we're here to talk about 3 new topics of the week that are not as researched as David keeps claiming that they are. But I'm going to basically talk about the GTA 6 trailer, kind of give our reactions to it. I don't know if anybody else watched it, to be honest, but GTA 6 is just one of those culturally significant things in our society today. So anyways, what was your topic, guys?
Oh wait, by the way, Jordan Peele is making a video game.
I saw it, the OD.
Yeah.
Well, he's not making it, he's helping Hideo Kojima make
He's making it.
No, he's not making it.
I've heard nothing but bad stuff about him. Like not Jordan Peele, but the other guy.
Hideo Kojima?
Yeah, because everyone says, okay, not bad, but everyone's been saying he's mid. Like he doesn't make amazing games, but he doesn't make bad games either. That's what I've heard.
What is the best game that he's made? Like the most well-known? Because it's like a very familiar name.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah.
The Phantom Menace. I played that game, by the way. That game was amazing. Like, I don't know if he's ever had drama in the past. He probably has. I know he was fucked over by Capcom after he had made Metal Gear Solid 5. He was going to make PT, and then they basically told him, fuck you. And then they fired him.
Yeah, that's why I can remember it. Like Silent Hill, I remember hearing about it.
PT was crazy. PT, that thing on...
I remember that shit was supposed to be really, really scary.
Oh no, it was very scary. But they basically fucked him over, and then they took the IP, the Metal Gear Solid one, and they made Metal Gear Solid, I think like Zombies or whatever the fuck, and that just ruined the entire image of the game.
God damn.
So he decided to make his own company. You know what I'm saying? Then he made Death Stranding, which I heard Death Stranding. You have to let it kind of sit on you for a bit because that shit is boring in the beginning.
Did Death Stranding win anything yesterday or whatever it was? I feel like it did. Question mark?
Probably. Anyways, what are you guys' topics?
That's so sad. Marvel Spider-Man didn't win shit.
David, do you want to talk about the Game Awards?
This is why we wanted to like...
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Okay, my topic is about our finals worth having in school.
You see how useless that is, bro? Like, Buddy, so heated about the Game Awards.
Prompt for a discursive essay.
Like, bro, nobody want to talk about that bullshit. We're here to have some fun. You want to talk about school?
I'm the one who has to grade finals, so it's relevant for me.
This is right up your alley.
Yeah. Let's remind her that she has to grade finals as work when we're supposed to be on
okay, and I have to do finals. Like, hello?
I have to do finals starting next semester again. I took a semester of not taking classes.
Right now instead, so I mean, go on. All right, Macy, what's your topic?
So my topic, I'm going to talk about the Panera charged lemonade controversy.
Anything about it?
I'll tell you all about it. Don't worry about it. It's not something weirdly niche like most of my topics, so I'll be able to catch you up to speed pretty fast.
Well, okay. All right. I can't wait.
I don't know if I'm supposed to I'll talk about it when I talk about it.
So how about you first?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, Missy, go ahead. Go first.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah, we're recording.
I don't know. I just want to make sure that the timer and stuff is.
No. I just want to say this as well. How David always comes with mid topics and then wants to go last. Like, I hope everybody knows that. He always
but I haven't got last in the last couple of months.
No, you actually went last episode.
No, I didn't.
My big face.
How did you tell me what last episode?
You literally didn't even want to talk about it until last. I had to beg you. I had to beg you. I literally had to beg you.
A reminder.
Why do these nuts in your mouth, buddy? I'm not sending you that shit. Fuck you.
All right, basically, before I start my topic, I wanted to add a little fun thing because I know last week, David, you brought something about research, and I just saw on Twitter as I was scrolling looking for evidence for my topic that they just approved the first 2 sickle cell therapies.
Yeah.
And one of them's CRISPR based. So it's like they insert a vector that targets stem cells in these patients and inserts a gene that improves cell shape to try and reverse the effects of sickle cell anemia and sickle cell disease in targeted populations, which is really, really cool and is hopefully going to help like thousands or millions of people,
Yes,
which is amazing.
So they're trying to help like the blood disorders, like.
Yeah.
the cell
So this
disease.
is the first CRISPR based like thing that's actually being put forward, like as it is past all of the everything, and it's actually going to be used like as a therapeutic. So that's really, really exciting because CRISPR is a fairly like new scientific discovery, new like within the range of I think like 10, maybe 15 years. So
Okay. Well, you know what?
It's really awesome.
I'd love to hear this later, but it would only be the video for 2 hours. So, but
yeah, no, I just wanted to like say that like that's a really cool thing that I saw, and I thought it would be fun to share. But yeah, so for the Panera lemonade thing, just to kind of give you guys some background, Panera has or is currently facing 2 lawsuits for wrongful death because 2 consumers drank the Panera charged lemonade and died because of the excess caffeine. So for some context, I think like a large Panera charged lemonade has about 400 milligrams of caffeine, which is equal to like 2 large energy drinks, like not like the regular size, like the large cans that are supposed to be multiple servings. And the reason that this is like, 400 mgs is like right at the max of your daily caffeine intake like thing for a normal healthy person. Like you can have about up to 400, 500 before you start seeing like negative effects. But the reason that this is such a bad thing is they did not advertise this really well at all. They just call it the charged lemonade and it's like just refreshing, but they didn't really have any notices or anything about the caffeine content. They don't advertise it as an energy drink whatsoever, and it's like it's a large like one sitting drink. They actually are promoting like with the sip club to get this like consistently multiple times a week, that kind of thing. So the 2 people who had passed away, unfortunately, were both sensitive to caffeine and just did not know. Like they had no idea that it was like essentially drinking 4 energy drinks. And like they usually avoid energy drinks, but they just didn't know. So they drank it and they passed away. So now it's like this whole big thing. Like there's the lawsuit, and now everybody's joking like, oh, I'm going to go buy the Panera lemonade that kills you. Ha ha ha. Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of like talk about it. Do you guys think like would fixing the marketing of it, I guess, be better? Like a lot of people are pushing to just have it completely removed from the menu.
well, I personally just hate Panera. I think Panera should close. But
Real.
aside
They
from
took
that,
away the mac and cheese sandwich. They should.
not even that. They always mess up my order. Like I order easily fucking a French fucking baguette with ham, mayonnaise, tomato, and lettuce. No cheese, but always there's cheese. They're just so.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
no,
mean, you're
that's
not
the
ordering food right now,
corporation's
so
fault. That's just the employees.
Yeah, and the employees are Panera. Anyway, 400 milligrams of caffeine is fucking insane. Like even with my
Yeah.
Godzilla pre-workout, I don't even think like with 2 scoops, I didn't even get up to 400. I don't believe. I think I got up like 360 something, 365. So 400 on a fucking. I mean, it's not even. Wait, is it classified as an energy drink or is it just a regular
No,
beverage?
it's literally just a charged lemonade. Like they don't have any. Well, recently they've started kind of like putting up notices of like, hey, caffeine content is really high. Like, be careful. But no, previously, like I've personally like every time I go to Panera, I buy this because I don't really like any of the other drinks that they sell. So I buy the charged lemonades. And I never knew that it was that much, which in turn like means like if I go later in the day, like I went to Panera to study once and I'd already had like 2 or 3 energies from work before I bought my large charged energy, apparently. Charged lemonade. So yeah, no, they had no anything. I knew there was caffeine, but I assumed it was not very much because it's a lemonade.
And he said they're getting sued.
Yeah, they have 2 ongoing lawsuits for wrongful death right now.
Good.
Okay.
Insightful.
Like, do you think they should remove it from the menu? Like,
yeah, David,
all
do
this kind of
you
stuff.
have any other opinion, or?
I'm reading
Other than I hate Panera.
Oh yeah,
I just told you everything.
he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer, so he needs to know the inner workings of the contract.
Okay.
But I mean, just doing a quick Google search, you can obviously see that per day, and this is FDA approved, if that means anything to you, that you should be consuming, or you can consume, not you should, but you can consume up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, which is equivalent to 4 to 5 cups of coffee, because a regular cup of coffee only has 95 to about 100 milligrams. And then energy, like pre-workouts, I think they go a little bit higher than that, to like 140, maybe. I think it depends on also, but 140 is, I think, the average for them. I think 400 for a lemonade, especially, like just mixing those together sounds crazy.
Literally,
as fuck,
it's like a Four Loko, but like way crazier, except without the alcohol.
So the first lawsuit, I believe, was a female college student that had a heart condition.
So it's people who are supposed to avoid caffeine.
Yeah, like was it advertised that it had caffeine, or was it just there, like the name?
I mean, it's like, it's a charged lemonade. I think there is some kind of, like, it has some caffeine, although I don't remember exactly like how it was before. I knew there was some caffeine, but that may have just been like somebody told me there was some, but I had no idea that it was so much. I thought it was like, like maybe 100 for the large.
Because if a fucking child is buying this, then like,
yeah, no, that's exactly it. They don't even sell regular lemonade, as far as I understand. Like, whenever I go, that's like the only option, because I don't want to have to make my own coffee.
So Panera's basically saying you're getting nothing or death. Like, there's no in between. Goodbye.
Yeah, basically.
I mean,
no,
400 milligrams, that should keep you up the whole fucking day. Most adults usually typically go for a couple of cups of coffee, like throughout the day, regardless, if you're just consuming 400 on that moment, which it is excessive. And I mean, the effects of caffeine, especially, they last up, I think, to about like 8 to 10 hours, even after that like rush has left. There's still effects that are lasting throughout your body until like up to 10 hours, which I think is pretty fucking crazy. But that's assuming that you're only having like 1 to 2 cups. If you're having 400, you might as well be blasted till like the next week. You know what I'm saying?
And like in my case, having not known there was that much, if I went later in the day recently and I got it after already having like 200, 300 mix of caffeine, buying the large, and provide you, this is also like, you can refill the drink. If you sit in, you can completely refill your large energy, like no extra cost, unlimited refills. So if you're just sitting in the Panera, you could be like chugging through, drink like 2,000 mix of caffeine without even knowing.
I was gonna rip some shit out of the internet, but I don't know how to say half of these fucking words, so I'm not going to.
What's it about?
The antagonism of adenosine receptors, the inhibition of phosphodiesterase, the release of calcium from intercellular stores, and antagonism of benzodiazepine receptors is how like caffeine works throughout the blood, how it basically keeps you awake and increases the activity in your brain and nervous system. So giving that to a child seems pretty cool.
Yeah, calcium is like calcium is how the neurons communicate. So your neuron fires with like a calcium wave release. So increase in calcium increases like the rate at which they can do that, and like that kind of thing. So I don't know, caffeine's like, it's chill. It's just like you should not be having that much without knowing what you're doing. So I don't know. Personally, I'm like, I know the internet is kind of taking it a little crazy. I scrolling through Twitter, and it's like every 5 to 10 tweets is like an actual like, this is what actually happened, and the rest are like, oh my god, I'm gonna go buy the charged lemonade. And I even saw one tweet that said, I don't believe that the lawsuit is real. Panera is just trying to take advantage of suicidal consumerism and promote their product, because that's exactly what's happening. Like, they see this stuff and like it's trending now, so now everybody's going to buy it, joking that they're gonna like buy a few cups, put them in the fridge for when it's time
to die.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what they did with, the McCamey Manor. I think that's one of the examples that I thought about when you said like people don't believe it, because I mean that's the same like that's what grasps their attention, like the fact that there's this insanely scary and it's a hands-on immersive haunted house experience. People who come out there, they're saying don't ever try this, they're bloodied, bruised, they're like screaming, crying, they're saying please do not come here, warn everybody. And there are people on the internet, dumb as fuck, like, oh, I don't believe it's real, like I'm gonna actually be doing it next week, and then they do
Basically.
it. So some of them get their fucking teeth knocked out, and then it's a cycle. Like they literally just say, "Oh my god, don't do this," and then some other idiot on the internet's like, "Oh no, I need to try this." And then you have those diehards as well. And I mean, this is completely unrelated, but we talked previously on one of these episodes about caffeine and how you grow a tolerance to caffeine. Can you imagine consuming 400 of these, like just 400, not of these, but the milligrams, excuse you, per day? If you're consuming
160,000,
you might as well be flying to the fucking moon. But if you're consuming 400 milligrams per day and you grow a tolerance to that, you know how scary that is? Like your heart is going to be beating so fucking fast when you're doing nothing. You're gonna have to do something, or you might
actually be the Flash.
Like you might go crazy with how fucking overhyped you are.
You might look at your cat and it explodes.
Right, buddy. And then, I mean, what about the effects of withdrawal? People, if they have a tolerance and then you take that away from them, I mean, withdrawal symptoms as well can go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So,
and you can become addicted without even knowing. Like there are people that they come through for their daily like little coffee. If you're going through to Panera every morning, you get your daily little charged lemonade. Like you don't even realize how addicted to caffeine you like immediately are. That you're already at the max range of like caffeine consumption just for your little lemonade.
Like the sugar content in that lemonade by chance?
No, I did not see it. I can look it up really quick.
Okay, because I mean, like lemonade already, especially depending on where you go, and Panera is just one of those like fast food restaurants. I don't know if you would categorize that as such, but to me, I think that is to some degree fast food. Like going into there thinking like, oh, I just want this lemonade, like charged, I guess has a funny fucking name to it. They just think like, oh yeah, say they do know the caffeine tolerance, but then they see not the caffeine tolerance but the contents, how much caffeine is actually in there, and then in addition to the sugar, which is already spiking, or insulin and whatever the fuck, like they're already rushing from the sugar alone, and then the caffeine makes them rush even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the blood orange charged splash is 0 sugar. Pretty cool. The strawberry lemon mint charged splash, which is the one that I liked. I'm on their website now, and the number of like pop-ups about how this is like it contains caffeine, not recommended, is hilarious.
Yeah, now they have to.
Yeah. Contains allulose, adds a negligible amount of sugar for the one that I usually get. The strawberry lemon mint, and then the mango yuzu citrus. I have a feeling it's also like minimal.
So it's like artificial sweeteners type shit.
Kind of, yeah.
Damn, and that tastes good?
I mean,
like, I don't
it doesn't taste the best. I don't really love it, but I think I just don't really love it because it's strawberry mint. Like, I'm not a big fan of that mint flavor.
Doesn't, like, artificial sugars have a higher, like, chance to increase your possibility of having cancer?
Yep.
Yeah, that's totally. Cool.
So not only are you about to die from the caffeine, you're gonna get cancer. Like, double win.
Isn't Panera great?
Hey, two for the price of one.
I mean, one of them has no sugar. The other one has like a very small one. I don't know if they add artificial sweeteners. I assume. But
no, I mean, like, we're talking.
That's another thing like they need to talk about.
We're not talking shit about Panera yet, but Panera, if you guys can you sponsor us, please? Thank you.
Nope.
What do you mean no?
Wait, I have an answer. Okay, you know what? In order to fix this, in order to like stop serving this drink, Panera should just close.
In order to fix this, they should just give that drink away to free for elderly people. You know what I'm saying?
For homeless,
somebody needs to get these elderly people up in the morning, and if it ain't us, we're not helping the elderly, then Panera is definitely doing it like God's way.
They're gonna be up in the grave.
I mean,
on the topic of Panera like closing, they just cut like 2/3 of their menu off as well. And like popular items, they just decided like, no, fuck these people. We just don't want this on the menu. Like that was a few months ago. I was reading up on it. They just cut half the menu. Like no nothing. All of the Panera employees were pissed because it was like all of the stuff that they actually liked and all the stuff that their regulars liked. They just got rid of it all.
I mean, I wouldn't see them removing stuff that regulars like. I would assume that they remove them overall, either because they were too much to make, like the ingredients for them were too much to order, or people weren't actually buying them.
I mean, a lot of the stuff, like I was just watching like a YouTube video about it from a Panera employee that he was like, yeah, you know, like that there was a lot of these things that were not popular, but some of the things that they decided to cut were like some of their most popular products across the board. Like even in, you know, like if you looked at the Panera like stuff, they were some of the most popular products. So I assume it was like production costs were outweighing or something like that, but that was kind of one tick down the drain of like Panera is kind of falling out as of right now. Like they are consistently just doing worse and worse. They're just not like one of the growing brands, I guess, or whatever. So in the near-ish future with this and then everything else going on with Panera, it very well could be possible that they could be like closing or go bankrupt if this lawsuit follows in a certain direction.
And what do you have
Which
to
is
say
kind
about
of
that, David?
crazy.
I'm hoping for it.
You're hoping that people would die?
Honestly, I just like Panera because it's somewhere like nice to go like meet up with people for study groups. I feel like you can't do that at like McDonald's, you know?
Okay, I will say the only saving grace about Panera is their coffee. That's it. That's all they have.
I like their mac and cheese.
Like when I used to work at GNC, every morning before opening, I would always go to Panera and get coffee.
And how much was that?
It was free because I had a subscription.
Bro.
Yeah. Wait,
You're
a
crazy.
subscription to
You
Panera?
were on the
That's the thing?
unlimited sips club, bro?
Yeah, so $8 a month for unlimited coffee.
Was that like a small or
forget
any
about
size coffee?
The charge.
Any size.
Damn. Like,
So
you should
it
have just gotten a
was,
charge.
it was a large coffee every day.
You should have just gotten a fucking charge. What are you talking about?
There we go.
Like,
Literally.
you would have been getting your money's worth. What are you talking
I'm
about?
like,
That's how I do workouts at
yeah,
work.
they're trying to take a workout, and then the kid takes it and they die, and then I get sued. Goodbye.
I mean, why would you get sued?
Because I'm offering it to the kid.
You're just
Why would you
recommending the product. You're recommending.
No, I'm handing it to him. I'm handing it to him.
Why
Why
would
would
you
you
hand it to him?
literally
Are you
buy
working
the
for
drink?
Panera?
And try it, bro. What?
No, I just don't like kids.
So hold on. So
Interesting.
oh wait, so you would kill a kid, pretty much. Is what I'm-
I never said that.
Unintentionally.
I never
Off the
said
record. Off the record.
On the
Like-
record.
You would literally buy that drink that you sipped, hand it to some kid you don't know, and then wait for him to die. Ain't that crazy?
I never said that.
Oh, you did, and we have it on recording too. You're busted.
Do we?
Busted. You ain't slick. You ain't slick. But
David hacking in to delete that section.
I mean, like, 400 milligrams is always going to be a lot, no matter how many you slice it. And I mean,
No matter
4
how
to
big
5
of a bitch you
fucking cups of coffee. Like people that go above like to 500, 600. I don't even know how they do it. Like people make like they go out of their way to make like Starbucks, for example. They'll do 2 trips, maybe even 3, 4, just to Starbucks alone, just to drink coffee. Why? Why do you need to go to Starbucks 4 to 5 times a day to drink coffee, bro? Why? I don't. You know what? I'm about to start.
I mean, a lot of the people that drink multiple times a day just make their own coffee. It's like you make the coffee pot and then you just drink 4 to 5 cups
Well, you see, you could
and like
do
just
that.
reheating it through the
And
day.
then you could go to Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
could
you
go
could
to
do that
Panera.
too.
Like I know I've never been to Panera. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I don't care about Panera.
I think everyone's been to Panera at least once.
Not me.
Lies.
I have never been to Panera, and I don't know why that's
I
hard
mean,
to believe.
you tried
Like,
the Panera that I brought home after I hung out with your sister that one time.
well, yeah, that you brought home, and I took one bite. I said that shit was disgusting, and that's it.
And it was the best sandwich ever. I miss the mac and cheese sandwiches. Panera, bring them back and I'll support you. Other than
They will be
that,
bringing them back
I'm
when
with
you get
David.
bigger.
I do not care about you. Your mac and cheese is good, but it's not good enough to justify it unless you bring back the sandwiches.
Sammy's.
Mm.
They were so yummy. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I mean, from like coffee standpoint, I think it's definitely more so like people brewing their own coffee and not like going to Starbucks multiple times a day. But like I do see it sometimes. Like there's this one regular that we have, bless her heart. She's this little old lady that works, I don't even know where. She's always wearing a different like work fit. But I think she's just got multiple jobs. She buys multiple 777 chillers a day, like 2, 3, 4 sometimes a day. And the 777 is 6 shots of espresso. One dub of espresso is about 100 mgs, so she's drinking 300 mgs of caffeine per, and she's getting it 2, 3 times a day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And every time that I like saw her the first like 3 or 4 weeks that I was working there, that I was like, who is this lady? Why does she keep ordering this? I had to keep being like, so just to like make sure that you understand, like this has this much caffeine. And she was like, yeah, I know. So, and the same thing, like every time I sell a cold brew to somebody that like has like, you know what I mean? I always make sure like the first time somebody buys a cold brew, they know like, oh, our medium has 300 milligrams of caffeine in it, just to let you know kind of like what you're dealing with, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Still astounds me that one guy that came through, he was like, how many shots of espresso can you add to the cold brew? Like if I just bought a large cold brew and like no ice, just espresso. I was like, it's gonna be warm and gross. And also like over 1,000 mgs of caffeine. So respectfully, no.
So we hit the timer, by the way, and I just want to say this because I mean, we basically just ranted about how much fucking caffeine you should really be taking a day. We didn't even like we acknowledged the dead people, I think, for like 2 minutes, and that's it. Like,
good enough.
Like, who can you imagine thinking like, you know, I'm gonna go to Panera to get some coffee, and then you just die? Like, nobody expects that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
not even coffee.
I mean, they didn't think they were getting caffeine. Like, yeah,
like who the fuck
terrifying.
That? Like, I can't even imagine, bro. Okay, shut up, bro. No, you don't. But
no, like,
one was the girl with the heart condition. The second person was actually, they had a chromosomal disorder and a number of other mental deficiencies. And they just they were just a regular Panera consumer. Like they would go there after work all the time and get their food, and they had no idea that it was caffeinated. Per like the family, obviously, but it's really sad.
Tragic. But I mean, let's give a quick shout out to those people. Hopefully they rest in peace up in heaven.
Of course.
For sure.
Okay.
Well, we don't know if they're going to heaven. We don't know if we're going to heaven. If they're
I mean, we don't know the type of character.
We don't even know if there is heaven, bro. So like,
we can hope and pray
about these people. No.
Hope and pray.
Anyway,
I mean, Panera made money off of them, so they're chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
basically.
Anyways,
making money off them.
I mean, hey man, if they're going there every single day, listen. You remember what happened to? I don't know if you actually know about this, but the heart attack grill. When people actually died there, they boasted about that shit. So, like, live up to the name. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to get fact.
Yep.
What?
Okay, yeah, we're moving on.
Anyway.
You're fucking weird. All right, so obviously,
to wrap it up, I just want to say that people are now calling this the McDonald's hot coffee controversy of the year.
What?
You know that thing where like somebody got a hot coffee from McDonald's and it spilled on her and she had to get skin grafts because it was so hot it burned her skin. Like she got like 3rd-degree burns. So they're calling it the same, like the McDonald's hot controversy of the year.
So the
like of the decade.
Okay, I think it should be named better. I think it should be called like Panera's McDonald's coffee controversy. Like,
I mean, that's not like what it's actually called. They're basically drawing like a proxy. Like they're saying this is the next generation of that same iteration of like kind of thing.
It's caffeine gate, David. Caffeine gate.
It's caffeine gate, bro.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I definitely needed to read up better because I drink a lot of caffeine just as like hazard of. I just like the way it tastes, like in the energies, and I don't really think about it as much. So now I'm gonna try and be more aware of that.
Because you're scared. Okay.
Yeah, I'm drinking a fuck ton of caffeine a day. I am scared. I shouldn't be doing that.
Sure, for sure. Yeah, no. If you drink a lot of caffeine a day, you're gonna grow a tolerance anyways, and then before you know it, you're consuming like 1,000 milligrams per day.
Yeah, I don't want to be like that. So. This was very eye-opening for me on a personal level as well. And with that, shift.
Like, David couldn't give a shit. Exactly, for sure. He's still going to be drinking 2,000 milligrams of caffeine per day. He don't give a fuck. Like,
Dying is optional.
I mean, you're not afraid to die. Apparently, you studying for your finals tomorrow might kill you. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta live
You
your
never
life.
know. Like, I could have a brain aneurysm.
Okay, too much brain power. Too much brain power. Like, fucking idiot. All right. Obviously, David wants to go last because he's kind of a little fucking bitch. So we'll start talking about.
No, because you want GTA on the fucking thumbnail. You fucking.
When did I say that? When did I say that?
I'm saying that. I'm saying that. We need
Because
it.
you're a little.
We need it. We need GTA. We need Rockstar on the thumbnail too.
Dude, Lester Molester isn't in the fucking game.
Okay.
All right.
He's GTA.
Okay. He's GTA. He's the whole game. For show. All right. Anyways, GTA 6, the trailer came out, I think, 2-3 days ago. It was actually, it came out on Monday night, because this was supposed to come out on Tuesday. Yeah, it actually did get leaked. One of the developers' son actually had leaked it on Twitter, and, we haven't heard from him, so he's dead. But they decided to release the trailer after that it was leaked. Because, I mean, why not at that fucking point? So they released it a day early, and I know some people, they were coming back home from their trips to prepare for that, some YouTubers, and they got fucked on flights because that shit was immediately showing. But, I mean, GTA 6 is probably one of the most anticipated games ever. Let's be honest. Like, people in the 19th century were thinking about this game. GTA 5, I just want to say, and I don't know if you notice this, is basically like it's gone through so many fucking generations. It's crazy. It's been, I think, through 2 different generations of consoles. So it started with the PS3 and the Xbox 360. That shit has gone to the PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and then I think the Xbox X series is what they're calling, like, the newer ones, right? Is it X?
Yeah.
The fact that it's 10 years old, I think even older than 10 years old, is kind of fucking crazy. GTA 5, I think, has also withstood the test of time as well. And I know that 5M, I never actually played it, but the role-playing application for it was a very big part of GTA culture, especially when it came to role-playing. I never actually did it, but David, I know you did. And obviously, recently, 5M, I think the company itself was bought out by Rockstar. And people are saying that 5M had a big impact. That's speculation, but it had a big impact on GTA 6, like how they're moving forward with it. Now, David, from your standpoint of being a 5M member, what do you think about that?
Well, I think you are correct, because in the trailer you can see people entering homes and doing other things. So I think, like, the UI and all that, they're doing a huge advancement where you'll actually be able to roleplay. Like, there'll be animals, there'll be children. Like, you actually will be able to have a life. So I think when they bought out 5M, they were planning on making it similar to that for GTA 6.
So they're trying to take over the Sims.
Pretty much.
They're basically going to buy the Sims too. Watch out, Macy.
Okay.
Sims 5 got advertised like earlier this year, so that's kind of crazy.
Isn't Sims 5 old?
No, Sims 5 hasn't come out yet.
What the fuck?
It's Sims 4.
We're still on Sims 4.
God damn.
Pretty much. But I mean, if you haven't seen the GTA 6 trailer, it is set in Vice City, which is GTA's version of Miami. Pretty much also the bottom half of Florida. And I mean, we had a GTA game in Vice City, as well as I think San Andreas was also set in Florida as well. But
yeah,
it's the map of it got leaked as well. It's going to go, I think, a little bit above West Palm Beach. I think Pompano Beach as well. Which is pretty. That map is big as fuck. Like, I think it has Key West in it as well. If you haven't seen the trailer, you might as well just go see it now. So, just stop the video right now and go watch it. But if you
I have to see it.
Okay, well, I mean, you can watch it while we talk about it, because I mean, David doesn't give a fuck. So the graphics of that game, dude, when I tell you that shit was crazy, they did a side-by-side comparison of real life, like those spots. And when I tell you, I actually could not tell the difference between both of them, like either of the pictures. Like, the graphics, I think, is one of the biggest things Rockstar has always gone right with these games. And I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 is just evidence of that. Like, I don't know if you've seen those Red Dead Redemption 2, like, those little moments where you walk in the water and the ripples on each step. You walk in the snow, you can see your footstep going a fucking mile long. The animals, their footsteps, like, that is crazy how, like, specific they get with all of these. And I mean, I hope GTA 6 is good. It's going to do good anyways. It's one of the biggest IPs, I think, the Grand Theft Auto series. You know what I'm saying?
What is IP?
Intellectual property, pretty much.
Okay, got it.
But I don't know. I have really high hopes for GTA 6. It was just a teaser. And I don't know if you remember this, David, or if you remember it, Macy, but the trailer or the gameplay of it actually came out, I think, a year or two before the actual teaser did. And it was like a pre-alpha version of the game. And people were saying it looked worse than any, like it looked worse than an EA game. I think that's what they were saying.
Bruh. That's harsh critic.
I mean, it looked rough, but that person, I think, that leaked the gameplay got sued by Rockstar for his entire like net worth, for his $5 net worth. I don't know if defamation is the right word. I don't remember what was the case, but no, I think he was also jailed. I honestly don't remember, but I don't know. I don't really know what else to say other than I'm really just, I can't wait for it. I think waiting 10 years is kind of fucking crazy. I think 13 years is actually how long we've been waiting for this. Actually, I think 13 is a little bit. It's crazy. No, it came out in 2013, so it's been 10 years. Excuse me.
GTA 5 did not come out in 2013.
It did. It came out on the PS3.
What?
And then it came out on PC in 2015, which is 2 years after the fact, by the way. So we didn't get GTA 5 for 2015. And then I think GTA 4 and then the one before that also came out a couple years or a couple months after it came out on console. But I can only imagine that PC players are going to be waiting like three years for this fucking game.
My favorite thing about GTA is riding around in cars and just driving. So hopefully when they do GTA 6, there will be a roleplay aspect to it. So like, let's say you get to actually do jobs. Not like heists, but you get to like be a police officer, a firefighter, or whatever.
I'll be a postman.
I mean, okay. The only problem I have with that, right? And I mean, from a roleplay standpoint, that sounds amazing. I don't know if online will be released the same day that, story will. I think GTA 5 took some time, but when you make a game too realistic like that, some games have done this where you actually have to work a job, like an actual job, get money, and so you can actually play the game. I think that kind of ruins the enjoyment of it. I don't think GTA will do that because, as you said, it's basically the whole point is running around. You basically dick around. Like, it's supposed to be a satire version of real life, which is one of the arguments that somebody made on Twitter, is that like GTA is trying to mimic America. Like, it's supposed to be a satirical version.
What's wrong with that? Pog.
All of the fucking, what's it called? All of the little clips that they used for the GTA 6 trailer, I was watching like a side-by-side TikTok that they were almost all completely like real Florida man articles that like were published on the news. So they were all just like animated versions of actual things that happen in Florida.
Yeah, that's the craziest part about it as well, because most of the people that I saw that watched the trailer, like the alligator one coming out of the pool, people were like, that shit doesn't happen in Florida. And then the second that they broke down the trailer and they actually revealed it, like, no, that shit is crazy. Like, it just goes to show that they took 10 years really just studying how Floridians live, the culture of Florida. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks so fucked. And then
go ahead, dude. People were pausing the trailer, like you were just saying, and they saw Flanagan's, which I think it was created in Florida. But now it's like a lot more on the East Coast.
Wait, what did you say?
So in the trailer, unless it was edited, they saw Flanagan's, like the restaurant.
Oh, I think I did see that. I think it was just the face of it on one of the doors, on the convenience stores. I don't remember. I've never heard of Flanagan's. Like, I'll hold you.
There's like 3 Flanagan's in the city, bro.
Like Flanagan's. Like, let me say what I want to say, bro.
It was made in South Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Flanagan's here in like where we used to live. So.
Damn. That's cool. I'm not as cultured apparently. I'm not an actual Floridian. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Like I'm from way up north, from Maine.
Yeah, that's where my mom's from.
Bro. Like what?
Yeah, okay. I'm Caucasian, just like you. Anyways, so GTA 6, I think also one of the biggest speculations is that it's going to basically outlive all of us. It's going to last probably double what GTA 5 did. I have really high hopes as well for GTA Online. I guess GTA 6 Online. I really hope that they don't remove the GTA 5 servers as well. I really hope they don't do that, because they started doing it, I think, for the Xbox 360. I remember the servers went down. I think it was the same for PlayStation 2. And that's kind of sad to see when you think about it, because that basically forces you to upgrade your console if you want to keep playing games like that. But
my biggest fear is we waited 13 years for GTA 6. Are we gonna wait 20, 30 for GTA 7?
okay, you can't start, dude. GTA 6 hasn't even come out yet. Like, you need to calm down.
With this upgrade that we're getting, it's been 13 years. With GTA 7, what, like, is gonna be double that? Like,
I mean, realistically, like, even if it is, like, by the time this comes out, we'll be what, like, mid-20s? By the time the next game comes out, you'll be like in your 30s or 40s. If that's still like a really big priority for you, that's kind of sad.
yeah, what the fuck?
Well, hold on. What do you mean that's sad? A big
Are
priority?
you making fun of adult gamers?
No, I'm saying if it's a really, really big priority for you that you can't wait for GTA 7, that's sad. If you still play, I don't give a shit. Go off. Like, that's cool. But, like, if you're sitting here, like, counting the days for the GTA 7 when you've already been through GTA 5 and 6, like, just enjoy GTA 6, dog.
So, I mean, like, what about the people that died before GTA 6 came out? Like, what about them?
The same thing we said right now. People have enjoyed GTA 5, but now we're counting the days for GTA 6.
Yeah.
But you just said, like, it's sad.
It's not sad once it's announced, like, counting the days, but...
Okay.
I don't know how to describe this. If you're like sitting here and it's been 13 years since GTA 6 came out, and you're like, there's been no word of GTA 7, and that consumes your life, versus like just, oh hey, like I wonder when GTA 7's gonna come out. Like,
I mean, there are definitely people like that. There are definitely.
Yeah, if you're sitting there like, I can't function until GTA 7 comes out. I guess I just like immediately thought on the extreme of that, but yeah.
I mean, we also talk about as well, because there was something else shown in the trailer, which was diversity. That was probably one of the biggest things that everybody was talking, how everybody actually looked different. They weren't all the same player model with different hairs, different skins, and then if they were big or fat, like, well, I guess skinny or fat. But the trailer actually had them all look different, and everything actually looked like it was populated. Like, there were populated areas, busy highways, streets everywhere. Just everybody doing their own thing, which made it look significantly more real, I guess.
Yeah.
And I mean, another thing that people were complimenting were obviously how thick everybody was, and, you know, the whole meme that everyone's going to go to the shoe store or the clothing store when they first come out, which is just a strip club. They're immediately going to head right to the strip club in the game, which is pretty fucking crazy. But one thing I did want to talk about as well was the online aspect. Do you think they're going to allow your GTA 5 character to like migrate over to GTA 6?
The fuck did you just call it?
The GTA 5 online character, do you think they're going to let you migrate it over to GTA 6?
Okay. Like it'll have like backwards compatibility kind of thing?
I don't know, because I mean, me and David, I mean, not for the viewers at home, but if you have like billions of dollars, you know what I'm saying? And then you have to migrate.
Then you got it legitimately.
Yeah, I was grinding what was it, Cayo Perico heist. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we did a legitimate.
What about you, David? What about you, David? What about you, David?
Some people had. We did legitimately.
David, I don't know what you're talking about.
What did you say?
Legitimately. Like, but he's literally saying legitimately. Like, shut the fuck up. I gave you the mod? What are you talking about?
You found it to be so lazy.
I've never touched a mod in my life.
Okay, so we're lying now. All right, I'm 6'4", 220 pounds.
Okay, you're not answering the question. Do you think they're gonna allow you to transfer your GTA 5 character?
I think that sounds stupid.
Why?
I don't know. Like, they didn't know. Well, I mean, because if you put, like, I don't know. Like, to me, it sounds stupid because I didn't put work into it. But maybe for people who did put work into it, maybe.
That's one of the things as well.
They probably won't, to be honest.
Yeah, it sounds kind of dumb.
Because I'm also thinking, like, customization wise, like, they're probably gonna have all new options. So I doubt that they would like let you carry forward your character. I mean, maybe you'd get like a legacy like bonus or something like that. I can imagine maybe if you like have the same account link, be like, oh, like I saw you have a blah blah blah. So like you start with like a little bit extra. but I don't think they would carry the actual like character like as a whole forward, if that makes sense.
I mean, we're gonna have to just wait and see then, because I mean, it also means that the people who bought like shark cards, for example, like the people who spent actual money on the game, they're not going to be able to use that within GTA 6. And I mean,
we still just play GTA 5 at least, so.
Well, yeah, but there's obviously going to come a time where the servers for GTA 5 go offline. So what does that mean? Just get your money.
I mean, it's the same shit as like The Sims 4. Like, we spend all this money on damn expansion packs. They're kind of with The Sims 5. Like, where does that like $100 go? Fucking EA bullshit.
David, why are you sending me shit on Instagram? Stop sending me shit.
I was about to comment
actively
on that.
Participate and stop being a bitch.
I think that fucking Sims 4, like
there you go. GTA 4.
The whole like not mods, but the DLCs that you get.
The expansion packs, yeah.
It's spending hundreds of dollars, and they're just like, oh, you guys go. That's why I'm not buying Modern Warfare, because as much as I'd like to play it, it looks fun. I just don't want to buy a $70 game just for another $70 game to come out in like 6 months.
Yeah, that's real, and it's like basically just a reskin that they keep releasing new ones. That I was watching another comparison video that was like the past like 10 games or whatever of some of these franchises are just like the exact same game over and over again, with like just a rescreen of like, oh, instead of this war, we're in this war. Yeah. No, I totally get it. I stopped buying expansion packs because I'm not actively playing enough to justify it. But now, because I don't have the new ones, I'm like, I don't want to play because I don't have the new ones. But also because my computer keeps bugging because I've officially like outran my computer's capacity of Sims 4.
Dubs.
Which is depressing.
So that also brings in the argument of what kind of graphics and specs do you need to have on your computer to run a game like GTA 6? What do you think?
I don't want to hear about
That's a really good question.
What do you think? So for everybody who doesn't know, and Macy, by the way, I don't know if you know this, Pringle told David that he had a 2060 graphics card, and this guy believed it his whole life. The fact that when me and him were looking at his graphics card, dude, and we saw 1660, no, you should have seen it, dude. David could not talk to me for 10 days straight.
My graphics card, what is a champ right now? I'm not gonna lie to you.
You've been knocking it the fuck out, bro.
Like the fact that I'm playing Baldur's Gate, the fact that I'm watching YouTube on my second monitor and Discord on my third monitor, my graphics card is a fucking champ.
Like, dude, you try to enable ray tracing, believing that shit would work. I'm surprised it didn't explode. I was surprised it didn't explode. Like, no, 1660 supers, whatever NVIDIA did to those, they cracked them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit says super all the way. Now, is it going to handle GTA 6 is the question.
If it does, that's it. I don't have to buy a graphic card for the rest of my life.
Can you play Red Dead on it?
Yeah, I played Red Dead with you guys before.
But yeah, like, with everything turned all the way down like me?
Well, yeah, no. I played it with like everything maxed, and I touched my computer and it was getting hot really quickly.
Yeah, that's fair. Mine too.
But I played it though.
Well, I mean, like, to be fair, your graphics is gonna get hot regardless especially if it's a graphically intensive game like Red Dead Redemption 2. And I mean, that also, like, for example, Red Dead Redemption 2 is, again, it's graphically amazing. It looks crazy. A lot of the mechanics are fucking crazy as well. It's just beautiful overall, but the gameplay of it, don't forget that Rockstar basically abandoned Red Dead 2, like online. Yeah. Like they just abandoned the fucking game, which is really sad to see because I mean, like, the game is amazing. I had a lot of fun with it when we were playing online with the game, and I know GTA 6 is going to bring in a lot of money. GTA 5 alone, like online, brought in so much fucking money that they ignored their second IP of Red Dead Redemption. Like, that is crazy to think about. Yeah. And the fact that they keep giving free updates for a 10-year-old game is beyond crazy to me. But if that brings in money, because that's just what GTA is. GTA 6 is probably going to double their earnings on opening day, which is fucking crazy. Like, it surpassed the most viewed video in 24 hours, and I think it's at, like, what, 90 million right now? Yeah. Like, that is... Dude, no, that is fucking crazy. People just love Grand Theft Auto. It is probably the most popular game that I know of, to be honest with you. Like the most popular series as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, but GTA 6, I hope that they do it well. I know because it's a Grand Theft Auto series that they're definitely going to treat it much better than Red Dead Redemption 2. I hope the online is fun. You know, I have a lot of high hopes for it. I did see in the trailer as well that they're bringing back a lot of the old cars that wasn't GTA 5. If they do let you export your character into GTA 6, I would assume that they're going to do it in a way that you don't like, you know, take, you know, $1 billion with you into GTA 6 to ruin the experience. But it's also, are they going to keep it like grounded in reality? Because GTA 5, once they added like, you know, the bikes with fucking wings and a rocket on the back of it, like that shit basically just made it like a shit fest of just people on, what were those bikes called? I freaking forgot.
Nagasaki?
No, the one that flies, that has the rocket in the fucking back. I forgot what it was called, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just a bunch of kids running around in those fucking bikes, blowing everything up. Like, that shit is annoying. It gets annoying quick. So, I don't know what they're going to do with GTA 6. I hope they don't start it out immediately already stupid as fuck with online. I think online will probably be out probably a year or two after that, but...
Oppressors.
Yeah, the oppressors. There we go. Fuck the oppressors. Stupid ass fucking bikes. But I don't know. I have high hopes for it. I think GTA 5 will always stand the test of time anyways. Most people already have it right now. And considering that I think the CEO was the one that made the comment of you should pay per hour of a game that you've played is fucking crazy. Like there wouldn't be a flat rate fee. You would be paying per hour that you play the game.
That would be terrifying.
That would be hella terrifying.
Because I mean, I'm like, I don't even think I paid for GTA. I think I got it when it was free.
On Epic Games, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Epic Games, by the way. Fortnite is killing it. The fact that it didn't get Best Ongoing Series at the Game Awards is bullshit.
Nah, it's not bullshit.
No, it is. It's bullshit.
Nah.
The fact that Cyberpunk got it? No. Who the fuck plays Cyberpunk?
Isn't Cyberpunk like
Dead? Yeah.
it like all that shit that it was unfinished when it came out and it was like trash and it never worked and nobody cares about it?
Well, I mean, it's better now. Obviously, the anime series as well brought it back, but
yeah,
it is not the best ongoing. Fortnite is definitely it. They always come out with fresh new content for every season. That's almost every month.
Marvel
the
Spider-Man can't get your break. Fuck.
Yeah, 7 nominations, 0 wins. And then congrats to, I think, Last of Us for like best movie adaptation or some shit.
I didn't even see that. But anyways, we hit our timer. Any final thoughts I got is that shit better be $70. Because I mean, I'd pay $100 for GTA 7. Come on. I mean, GTA 6. Come on.
Let's go.
Come on, no. Oh, I'm already thinking about GTA 7. See what I mean? Like, but I mean, $100 for GTA 6, considering what we know is going to be in it, or what we think is going to be in it, seems like a pretty good deal. You know what I'm saying?
I also hope like once online comes out, they do the same thing they did for RDR2, like sell that separately if you don't want to play the story. Because I made the mistake of buying the story and I have never touched it ever. I'm like, I'd rather just pay $10 for the online experience.
I mean, you're missing a great story though. Red Dead Redemption 2.
I know, I really want to do it. I just suck. So I'm like, I have to have other people there to help me.
Damn. What about you, David?
That's it.
All right. Well, nothing else you got to say.
Okay.
And I guess the only thing I got to say then is, you know, if I spend $100 on the PS5 version, I got to spend another $100 on PC. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn. All right, David, go ahead. What's your topic?
It's a short topic. I'm not really looking at going far. I'm just complaining, because you know finals are a piece of shit, and if I don't pass this final, I fail the class. So it's kind of stupid. So my topic is:
right.
Are finals worth having in school? I don't think they are. I think just taking quizzes daily, learning, maybe a weekend quiz or something, or a paper. Like I think that's great. Finals and midterms. No, absolutely.
I think they are.
Okay, but you're a nerd, so I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Damn.
Okay.
It's not like I actually care about the psychology of learning.
No, but I'm just a horrible test taker. I get too nervous and I start to overthink. So I'm on the side of that. I personally just think finals and midterms shouldn't be a thing. Like the fact that half a semester of information you have to like know, memorize, and or understand to like take a test that could be potentially like either 50% of your grade or all of your grade is kind of fucking whack.
Okay, but at the same time, like, think about the purpose of taking the class as a whole. You know, you're not taking the class just to get credit. If you're doing your bachelor's or even like taking classes towards something, you're taking that class to actually get something out of it. So the purpose of midterms and finals and having cumulative exams of that manner is to, for one, make sure that you can retain more than like 1 week's worth of information and then build on it for the next week. But also, like, by having you study consistently and continuously and try to retain that entire semester's worth of information, that increases the likelihood of you retaining even, like, just the major central ideas of the class the second the test is over exponentially. So,
we have
like,
two different ways, I guess, because you said my way. I'm just taking these for credits because my main, like, I don't care. Like, bachelor's, cool, sure. But in the climate that we're currently in,
what you want to be.
In the climate that we're currently in, bachelors no longer matter. They don't mean shit anymore. You have to get either a bachelor's in something important, which at that point you might as well go to trade school. But like I always tell people, if you're not going for a job that requires an actual learning, like doctors, lawyers, pilots, electricians, plumbers, mechanics, don't go to college. It's not worth it. Like,
yeah, not everybody should go to college.
He's booming right now. He's got the AA, and he's making a shit ton of money, popping up on YouTube. Look at him. Like, if you audience, if you're listening, this is the guy you want to strive to be.
The fuck? Wait, you talking about me? You better be talking about Pringle.
What are you talking about?
Who are you talking about, buddy?
He's going to FAU in 2025.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the name, so I was like, you said popping off on YouTube and
yeah, you.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm not going to FAU?
No, oh my god.
Oh, you have me confused. You honestly,
Luke's not paying attention now.
Like, no, I was only paying attention, and I blinked out. I blinked out. All right. Anyways, yeah, popping off. I'm rich as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, what are you talking about?
But for me, like, I'm only getting credits for my bachelor's, and I'm working towards law school, yes, but as of right now, like, for law school, you don't need a bachelor's in criminology. You can get a bachelor's in fucking cooking, and then you can go to law school. I'm just getting criminology to get, like, more, I guess, ahead, but most people already do that. They either get, like, 2 years or
so let me
Let
me stop you right there. You just said you're getting in criminology. You're taking classes in criminology to get ahead. So in order to get ahead by getting that bachelor's, you need to actually retain things from the classes you're taking. And otherwise, you may as well get your bachelor's in cooking, you know?
I mean, not really, because, okay, specifically for me, because I have a bunch of fucking problems. My memory is absolute dog shit. When I finish a class, I flush it down the drain, and it's not by choice. I just forget. Like, I cannot tell you a shit I learned in statistics. We were bringing it up.
The fuck are you methods.
He was like, "Oh, you guys should remember this in your stats class that you took recently," and I'm just like, "Nope, absolutely not. That's just gone." What's X?
Yeah, I don't remember shit from most of my classes either, but you're more likely to retain, like, I can at least recall, you know, central ideas from the classes that I've taken in the past semester or two, because those are the central ideas that, like, I can remember, you know, like, if I remember one thing, that one thing is fuel to start Googling the fuck out of everything else, because as, like, I'm sure obviously we all know, like, everything is cumulative when it comes to, like, going from intro classes to advanced classes. You cannot take an advanced class without those basic concepts from the intro class. And if you're just getting a quiz, like, weekly on just the shit you learned that week, I mean, even, like, in my fucking intro bio class, I can tell you the students can absolutely determine like the only concepts that they tested well on, or like that they understood just when I verbally spoke to them, when I asked them about their lab reports, when I kind of walked them through making their student projects, the only things that they had any grasp of whatsoever was the stuff that I tested them on consistently, and that was a majority of their exams. All of the other things that were like they only tested on once, you know, they had a weekly quiz every fucking week. Their exam was literally just their quiz questions. And you know what my fucking average was? Like a low C. There was somebody that got less than a 30%.
Damn.
So that shit does not teach anything, because we get into that mentality like, oh, it's just an assignment. They're not paying attention to that shit. You do not actually take a quiz and actually try to care about it. You just try to get the answer and click submit. You do not have to remember shit for a quiz or for like a little weekend assignment. Like, fight me on it.
Edward, what do you think?
No, David. She's talking to you directly. So what's your response
But you
to
haven't
that?
said shit.
I'm literally listening. I'm the only one I think who's not in school that has like a full-time job right now that's working. Like no offense to you, Macy. I know you have 2 part-times, but full-time is so much different than part-time. Like 100%. On a different scale. And I mean, 2 is crazy.
Program is also like a full-time job. So
I mean, but that's working towards
and full-time.
your degree, though. That's working towards your degree that you're going to. So come down. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to talk about like tests and quiz and shit like that.
Yeah,
it's not something that I do anymore, because I'm literally just in the workforce right now. Like I have other shit on my mind. But I mean, even in like when I was still in college, like doing test and quiz, they weren't really that big of a problem to me. Because I mean, even if I
smart.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Can I get a word in? David, want to say something so bad? Go ahead.
I already said what I needed to say. So
That's it, because I'm smart. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
smart.
good. I'm smart. I got $1 million. Literally, like,
dude, I hear. You know, never mind. I'm not gonna bring this up. It's embarrassing. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? No. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? Stop everybody. Stop everybody. Stop production. What are you gonna say? Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Because I'm sick of you. Go ahead.
No, bro. Keep going.
Say it, or I'm not talking. Say it, or I'm not talking.
Yeah, this is gonna be a quiet ass set. Okay. Oh my god, you're such a bitch. All right. Yeah. There we go. Right, go ahead.
I will try and catalyze here. So obviously, as I said, I am supportive of midterms and finals. That said, I still think that the way that we test knowledge is dog shit. Because as you said, like, you're not a good test taker. I'm very grateful. I'm a great test taker. I don't know why. I get anxiety in every other field of my life, but fucking tests, I just roll with it.
Yep.
So I'm chilling, but I know what people do just test really poorly.
Yep.
So Eddie, you said you're also a good test taker. Did you know anybody else that like was just a horrible test taker? Do you have any experiences? Like, how do you think tests should be reframed based on your time in the workforce, perhaps?
No. Oh, I can't wait. This dude is so weird.
Just fucking say it, David.
Oh my god, my parents would compare me to Edward all the time.
Sheesh! Like on wait, that's on blood or what?
What?
On Crips?
All right, go
On
ahead.
Crips? On God? Like, I mean, okay, David. First off, there's no comparison. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say that I'm better than you. You just can't compare it to humans. You know what I'm saying? Unless they both do something terribly bad. Like, you know.
Oh, I thought you meant you can't compare me to humans.
Okay, obviously you can't, because I mean you said you're a robot, but I mean you have to really think about like what the point of tests are. And I know Macy already said it's basically, you know, just simple terms. It's supposed to test you for what you learned. Like, that's the purpose of the class. You take the class, you learn something, you take a final test to see if you actually retain that knowledge. And then David, you had mentioned that it just flushes away, which is naturally, you know, it's natural for everybody. That shit just happens. If you're not constantly doing that, like every day, like in your waking life, you're going to forget about it. That's just how it works. But I also think like there's also that old comparison that people always go back to of, are tests needed when, you know, the whole point of taking the class is to prepare you for the real world or whatever job you're really aiming for. So on work experience, which is I think is another reason why like degrees are kind of not needed in certain fields is because they'd rather see real world examples of shit that you've done rather than see that you were able to pass a test to get your degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they want projects, they want experiments, they want to see anything that you have actually accomplished in that field rather than see a piece of paper that's telling them that you basically just passed some tests. Like you took the classes,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even tell you the grade that you got. You just need to pass it. That's it. So, I mean, obviously it also depends on the field because, you know, you can't just say, oh, I have some real world experiences. If you want to go be a doctor, you know, you shouldn't just be an amateur in the operating room trying to give heart surgery. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, using
Like you need to study for that. You need to study for that. Like don't just do that shit. But at certain degrees, like computer science, for example, there are so many computer science jobs that want to see you in your projects. They want to see the actual languages that you're studying and, you know, see JavaScript, HTML. They want to see real world projects, experiments that you've done so that they know what you're capable of. A degree isn't going to tell them that. Now, that's not to say, David, just slack off on your fucking tests, because I'm pretty sure, like, you say you're going to study all weekend, but I'm sure I'm going to see you online playing a game because you need to take a break, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember like when we went over there for your birthday, I had an exam the next day and I was sitting at your house studying and you had an exam that day too and you were not.
Straight bum.
Well, I'm pretty sure I wasn't studying because I had that shit in the bag.
Yeah, you failed it. If you remember
failed
that.
it? Oh,
Yes.
I could let it have it in the bag.
In the bag. In the bag.
I remember like briefing with you after. I was like, oh, how'd your test go? Like, I was nervous about mine. I got a 98. You were like, yeah, I failed it.
What do you mean? That's nothing but street dunks for David, right? Collecting them shits. Now, see, David believes in if you fail at something, it's a learning experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you get enough failures, eventually you succeed. So, I mean,
And that's why we need finals. So you can fail.
If you fail enough times, you're like, anyway.
If you fail that time, you're going to drink the fucking air charge.
We did it. So here's the thing with this class. If I fail this class, it's not the end of the world. I've learned that, so I'm not super worried. But I also don't want to fail because there's credits I'll be missing and time I've wasted.
and money. Like,
yeah,
did you forget the
and
most
money,
important one?
the most.
I forgot. Money is no object. Money is no object to this guy. He is rich.
Scholarship,
His
bro.
dad is rich. His dad is loaded. Hey, say hi to your dad for me, by the way.
All right. Anyway.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I understand that finals are a thing and why they should be there. I personally believe just having like weekly tests or like bi-weekly tests. I think because in one of my classes we just do weekly quizzes. And I like it. We also do weekly discussion posts. I like
Okay,
that.
but do you remember anything from the beginning of the semester? And are you ever going to try and retain it?
No, actually, because it was my gangs class. I remember a lot of stuff from what we were talking about. I think our first topic was policing and gangs, and like this criminologist, Victor Rios, I believe his name was. He was doing ride-alongs with police, and he was seeing how like the police were doing with gangs and how they interact with them.
Good for you for remembering it. Maybe it's just like content-wise then. And everybody is different kind of learner. Like at the end of the day, learning psychology is not universal. So for you, maybe finals do just fucking suck. But I don't know. I also just as a whole, like on my own mini rant, wholly believe like not everybody needs to go to college. As Eddie said, like sometimes field is just like plenty enough if you don't need to go to somewhere that like requires like memorizing shit, like being a doctor or being a lawyer. Like there's just like not always good reason, and some people just aren't like made to go to college, bro.
Yeah.
Like it just is. I feel so bad saying it, but like that just really is the truth. Like not everybody needs to, not everybody should.
Like because my original plan was just to go to the police academy and become a cop. I wasn't gonna go to college. But then I fucked my ankle up, and I'm like, okay, well now I have to like go to law school.
Now I have to go to law school. God damn
My
it.
ankle got fucked up, so now I gotta go progressively harder on my career. Oh my god.
But he said, I could have been an NFL athlete, but instead I'm gonna become a medical doctor.
Now, David, get this right. Get this right. Get this right. Like you said, you couldn't be a police officer. Guess what? There's operators. Sit in the chair. The guy in the chair, right there. Boom, police officer, right then and there.
But now that my ankle is fully healed, police academy is my plan B.
Okay.
So
Buddy
And
said,
then
I don't really
Plan
want to be
C-
a lawyer. I want to be a police
Plan C is
officer.
the guy in the
But
chair,
I
bro.
have
I said
to.
plan B. I said plan
Well,
B.
plan C is the guy in the chair. So calm down. You'll still be a police officer.
Plan C is firefighter, and then plan D can be guy in the chair. Sure.
Oh, and then plan D. Damn. And then what's plan E? Officer.
I need voting with you. I mean, what?
No, you might as well put plan E, delete yourself, and then plan F is come live with us. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
So I mean, like, give me some depths right now. Like, but I mean,
Very depths.
it's basically what you just said, David. Like, are finals worth it? Are they worth it? I don't know. What do you think?
No, absolutely.
Exactly. So there you go. And Macy just had a big ass argument about why it is definitely purpose. But I think it's also we need to make the distinct difference that Macy is a professor to some degree. She's obviously an assistant, and David is a student. So, David, you're already wrong by like 100 million
No,
degrees.
I'm not.
I mean, I'm
Like,
also
you're
a student.
wrong.
Like,
Well, I know, but the fact that you can provide the perspective from an instructor is something that's unique that David doesn't see because he's a student. All he thinks about is, damn, this class sucks ass.
How
Like,
about you
damn,
struck these nuts?
I gotta take this final. Damn, I'm gonna fail it. But
I
anyways,
mean, to be fair,
I'm gonna try to
fucking
study.
grading finals is ass. So,
Like, come on now.
like, I don't want to have to grade finals while I'm studying for finals next semester. Are you kidding me?
Deadass.
Okay, David, you're not doing that though. Like dead ass for real, Macy. But David, you're not doing it. So, I mean, good luck on your final though. You know what I'm saying? I hope you actually do study this weekend instead of trying to be like, oh, we're gonna play a game or what? Hop on the game, like.
Yeah, no.
No, I was literally talking to my friend Sarah. Sarah is the one that when you came into the lab was wearing the church
I don't remember.
the church sweater
Yeah, no.
that you thought was pretty. She's so nice. I love her.
Oh, shout out to Sarah.
She's so great.
Sure, yeah.
We were talking today. She has like a biochem final on Monday, and she was like, "Yeah, for every other exam, they're always on Mondays. So I hold myself up in my room, and I like just live, breathe, think biochem the entire day, like 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Sunday. So for her final, she's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like go home at like noon today, and then do that like for the entire weekend, just like a biochem bender. I was like, girl,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not effective.
I hope you know the only person I remember going to class with you or going to like lab with you is you. That's it. I don't remember anything
That's
else.
fair. Yeah, no, just trying to get some context. I love her. She's great. She's so smart.
I remember
But-
someone I thought was cute, but I can't remember.
It was Sarah.
Oh, okay, cool. Shout out to
Yeah.
Sarah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That you were like, man, I wish I knew. Like, I could talk to her about the church stuff. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't remember that day.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then now she just always wears her Taylor Swift sweater. She's so funny. Anyways, sorry. That was like a mini rant of like,
Yeah.
your finals are only as effective as you study for them also. Because if you cram, like, yes, you're going to get like one central concept, but you're still not getting as much as if you are like, I mean, the weekly thing, like what you're saying, is also effective in conjunction as long as it is cumulative, unless it's something like what you talked about, that it makes an impact that you just remember anyway.
I feel confident because the midterm was about rates and like rates on like kills, suicides, like all that stuff. This is more
Okay.
like the more topics that I'm like other topics that I'm not gonna bring up because they're like triggers for YouTube.
To us.
But I feel like it's because like hate crimes, drugs, school violence, police violence, and then other topics that I can't bring up. So all that stuff seems very simple. It was like the rates and finding out like what % of black people died compared to white people, like who was the highest victim, and almost always, not almost always, always black males were always targeted the most. So,
Yeah.
boom.
I mean, if you're confident, like, we're chilling, but still study.
Yeah, for sure. I'm studying
Yeah,
all
for
weekend
sure.
because I have to pass this final or else I go to class.
There you go.
Oh, shit.
Gotta make your dad proud, bruh.
Yeah. I have a C in the class right now.
Sheesh.
So if I get a D, I pass, but I don't meet the requirement.
So,
Yeah.
David, are you going to start
Please don't
studying
pass.
after this or what?
I've been studying.
This whole. while we're doing the podcast.
No, like before today. Like that's why I didn't do anything with you with Fortnite or anything because I've been studying.
What do you mean? We played like 2 days ago.
No, because today you were like, oh, Legos, bro. I'm like, no, bro.
Because you literally said you would, but that's besides this. Because
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
We hit our timer, and you're wrong. So, any final words you want to say?
Nah, this episode's gonna be great for shorts.
Finals
Okay, but
suck but are important, and also I'm gonna choke my students who are plagiarizing. They're pissing me off. That's my final piece.
Like, can't you just fail them?
I don't want to because then I have to teach them again next semester.
Because plagiarism is
see,
like,
David,
very bad. Like,
it's your chance with you. If you fail, they don't want to see your dumbass next semester.
I think
Literally.
I actually want to see one of my professors again, but he only teaches one undergrad. The other classes he teaches their masters, and I can't take them sadly.
I mean, once you get into your higher
I'm not going.
higher years, you might be able to get like waivers to take the classes. I know most of our grad classes have like a waiver that undergrads can take them.
You know, he's the professor that I go to jujitsu with. He kicked my ass.
Okay, buddy. Well, that's between you two. You know what I'm saying? Lovebirds.
go.
All right. Anyways, I guess we're pretty much done with this episode. Again, the game awards was kind of rigged. But shout out to both of you three for winning Game of the Year.
Of course.
Good job.
You know, it's always better when a game has all the content in the game at release. Shout out to Elden Ring, by the way, which won Game of the Year prior, of course.
Mhm.
But games like that, they need to continue. Is all I'm saying. Like developers should not be scared. The fact that Call of Duty, by the way, got offended by the fact that Christopher Judge said his speech was short of, or what was the meme again? I forgot. It was longer than the Call of Duty campaign.
Call of Duty campaign. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Christopher Judge. That's creators right there. You want to talk
campaigns have been going down the drain. Like ever since Black Ops 1, all the way down.
Basically, it's same fucking. It's $70 glorified DLC, and Pringle paid for that, so he's an idiot. Shout out to Pringle, by the way. But yeah, we're pretty much done with this episode, so I don't have anything else I want to say.
Shout out Taylor Swift, Person of the Year. Shout out Spirit Box, Artist of the Year by some random Twitter campaign. Yeah.
Next episode, you'll be hearing us talk about the red flags of people that watch or listen to Taylor Swift.
Damn. Okay.
Alrighty, anyways, we hope you guys enjoy this episode. We'll see you next week,
I gotta
hopefully.
take a shit. Let's go.
Anyways, have a great night and happy holidays.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.